morning, Dana.
Hi, Ping.
Could you tell me your story, your family story of rowing?
Well, I've been rowing for about 10 years at the Minneapolis Rowing Club. I got into it after watching my son compete in the Beijing Olympics in 2008.
Whoa. He did?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
He took up rowing at St. John's, but he got most of his training at the Minneapolis Rowing Club. There were
here. Right here?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
There were a number of rowers here who had competed at a national level. I think they recognized his gift. I think technically he just got rowing. He got it right away. And
wow. How old was he when he started?
He would have been a freshman in college.
Oh, wow.
At St. John's.
Okay.
It was a very informal program. They were self-taught, and then in the summers when he was back from school, he would begin rowing here and rowed through graduate school.
Okay.
And then spent one more year here in kind of a part-time job, and it was at that point that the coaches here encouraged him to go out east.
Who's the coach?
Would have been James Dunnan, Patrick Johnson, John Jablonic, Finbar.
Wow.
And there were a number of people here that did. I mean, that's one of the nice things about the club, I think, is that people who are better are pretty good about trying to bring people along. And there were some people here that really took him to the next level.
That's amazing.
He always loved it. I think I never got that when I watched him. It just seems like rowing is this sort of endless repetition. And it always seemed...
No, it's not.
No, it isn't. It isn't. It's something you find out when you do it.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. I've always said it's a little bit like golf in that it's
yes.
very technical,
yes.
but you have to relax.
Right.
You have to kind of let it happen. You can't force it.
Right.
And
you have to trust the river, right? And the stroke.
Yes.
The blades.
Yeah. But it was really cool for our family.
Huh.
He's a good guy. You know, I think it brought him great joy, even though I think, especially once he got to the national team level, the workout, two-day workouts, competing at a high level every day because you're being evaluated. There were a limited number of seats in boats for the Olympics. So I think through all of it, I think it was always impressed me, the fact that he seemed to really have a lot of fun doing it.
That's amazing.
Yep.
I can't believe he went to Beijing Olympic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, and that was fun. The World Championships in Munich and in London were equal. They were just wonderful vacations. We had huge groups that followed him to the Olympics and to the World Championships.
Wow.
None of us knew anything about rowing when we went. It was pretty cool.
And now you're pretty serious about rowing yourself.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I know it's fun.
I also saw that you do so much for this club. Could you tell us a little bit about this? Organizing like sprints and regattas?
It's a volunteer organization, and I think people have to learn to give back to organizations like this. It's part of my family history.
Right.
My grandfather, my father, my brother, I think have always done, whether it's school or community or whatever, we've always been involved in volunteer organizations.
Right.
So I've sort of taken on the task of regatta setup, which kind of fits with the type of thing I want to do as a retiree. It's a big deal, but people did it for my son for years.
Retiree? You look like 30 years old.
What's that?
Did you mention retiree?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yes.
You don't look like a retiree.
I'm 65 years old.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess rowing keeps us young.
It does. It
right?
does.
And
it
the
does.
river too.
Yeah. It's a great place.
It's a great place.
It's
very unique. The only gorge, and we love this gorge. We love this river.
It's a great body of water
right.
that gets used by a lot of people. As a rower, you're down here, 5, 6, 7 days a week, and you see how much it's used not just by rowers, but by people just enjoying the setting.
Right.
People on the beaches down here. There's actually some really pretty, very, very scenic and pretty places down here.
Yes.
And it gets used by a lot of people.
A lot of canoers, a lot of kayakers, a lot of fishermen.
A lot of fishermen, yeah.
Yes.
But just people are down here just walking around enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like you would a park.
Thank you so much for everything you do for your family and for your willingness to give back to the river and the gorge and our club. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.